Ta-ta-da-ta-da.
Hi, stream over. Apparently, Adventure Game Studio just kind of kills the hotkeys that I use for manipulating OBS. Hi, everybody! Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Manic, Emerald, Buster, Two Hit? Thank you for subscribing for 5 months. Hello, everyone. I want to jump in there because Emerald, I can't believe you're not familiar with this game. That kind of blows my mind. How about the news cycle? Yeah, what an auspicious evening it is. Well, it seems very trite to say I hope everything turns out well in the Ukraine because it won't. Um, but I hope Vladimir Putin goes and fucks himself somehow, falls down some stairs and lands on something sharp face first. Same to Greg Abbott too, though I guess someone would have to roll him to the edge of the stairs and then over it. But I would hardly encourage someone doing. What's up, Nikki? Probably someone even knows about the game that I watch. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of this. We'll start it back up in a second. I can't do anything with OBS while it's running because apparently Adventure Game Studio is kind of old-fashioned in its ways. What's up, Hoink? Hope you can keep power. Hopefully. Did you see that? I forget who it was, but somebody involved with the Texas Power Grid testified that Greg Abbott specifically told him to gouge people on power prices during the disaster, which surely nothing will actually come of that. But again, it should. What's up, Bangkok? What's up, Fury Fighter? Yes, we are finally doing this game. Finally. Yep, Texas as fuck. Yeah, indeed. I feel for everybody living in Texas. Whether honestly, whether they voted for Abbott or not, I feel for everybody who has to suffer that asshole's whims. So hopefully the federal government steps in and just, I don't know, reclaims Texas from its local government. That would probably be the thing to do at this point. I don't think they're safe with Abbott and his cronies. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this isn't a very good year for it. Because I assume you're talking about midterms, and I doubt things are gonna go very well for the left in midterms. At this point, can we even rely on any government level to keep things nominally running? Sure. It's here in the United States, it's an entirely different ballgame state by state. I have no concerns here in California. I can't tell you how thankful I feel to be living in California through the last at least 5 years. I feel like I was shielded from a lot of the bullshit that happened, because just the most idiotic, gibbering morons were voted into national office. But I'm protected from a lot of that by a Democratic supermajority, and I'm very thankful for that, especially when looking at states like Texas. Yeah. Anyway, I'll start 5 Days of Stranger back up in a second. But I got a couple things to talk about first while I can. This is the last night to vote or to nominate an SNES RPG, which is what we're going to be doing next as our next big game. If you haven't nominated anything yet, feel free. If you haven't nominated something already, don't nominate anything else because it's one per person. I almost said Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just it's there. It's in the cultural consciousness. I wanted to make the stream title a joke about that, but I figured I should actually put the game name in the stream title. It's also the last night to vote on what kind of Next Fest demos you want to see on Friday night. I know this was a super quick turnaround on this vote. I wasn't really thinking very hard on what we were going to do on Friday until yesterday, and Bestie brought it up. So you can thank him. for this sudden burst of democracy. But yeah, I will announce the end of that. I will announce the results of that vote at the end of tonight's stream, and on Discord. And then from tomorrow, we'll start voting on SNES games to play. Depending on what category we choose, I have a suggestion for a game. I'm not taking suggestions on games. I'm going to go and pick out my own stuff this time. The last couple of times we've done nominations for specific games, but this time I have a plan. Yeah, exactly. So, I tell you what, let's get into it, shall we? Get back to this. Yeah, yes, Windows, you don't have to protect me from the evil indie games. It's gonna be fine. It's great. Believe me, trust me. Also, there's an intro here, which you should pay attention to, and I'm going to read to you. I don't have a name. I used to have one, and a lot of people would like to know what it is. Some call me Trilby, and as a name it suffices. I've been called many things. A burglar, a hoodlum, a criminal. I prefer to think myself as a gentleman thief. And tonight, I have something potentially very rewarding in store. My fence phones me in the middle of the night and asks if I know about Defoe Manor. I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not actually pronouncing any of this right. Apparently the last of the Defoe line is obligingly died without heirs, leaving all the family valuables up for grabs. The lawyers have got the place locked up tight, of course, but that's never stopped me before. And the place is, of course, deserted. Yes, should be a painless and rewarding evening's entertainment. Welcome to 5 Days a Stranger. This is a classic, ancient point-and-click adventure game made by Yahtzee Croshaw, which you may know of Zero Punctuation fame. He's actually designed quite a few games, in fact. This is the first game in a quadrilogy that covers a pretty neat storyline, one that I'm personally a pretty big fan of. He's made other kind of Prince of Persia-ish style games. He's made like 2 of those. He's made at least one Steam release that I know of, The Consuming Shadow, which I've always meant to play and never did. Hopefully we'll get around to that eventually. You should play this creator commentary. So I've never played this with the creator commentary. I'm sure it's great, but I'm also playing this for the first time for a lot of people, and I don't think your first exposure to this game should be the creator commentary. So, one audition indie game. What's up, Spice? What's up, Vesty? Supposed to have a job interview tomorrow. We have to either do a phone interview or press phone. But yes, I played this a long time ago, back when I was first discovering indie games, and I was utterly captivated by it. I was really, really impressed by the atmosphere that this game was able to generate, especially as a one-person indie development in adventure game studio. But yeah, it's a neat game. I'm excited to share it all with you, and I would, if this goes over well, if y'all are entertained by this, I would certainly like to stream the other 3 games in the series. They are of varying quality. You don't have to get it from My Abandonware. You can get it from the actual website. It's always been... Wait. It's been a free release for a long time. I think it was the special edition was like paid release for a while, like a long while ago. But yeah, all these games are free to download from the developer himself. Wonder if Fully Ramblomatic is still up. I don't actually remember where I grabbed this from, but it's all packaged up together. Yeah. So. But yeah, this is a really neat game, and I see no reason not. Jump into it right now. Day 1. There's 5 of these. Don't forget, 5. Gentleman Thief makes his entrance. I should probably be reading all of this with a British accent, but I'm not going to embarrass myself so. Not because the British accent is in any way embarrassing, but because my rendition of it would be awful. Timeline gets confusing without context. The one set in the future is an absolute mess, but I love the series. Genuinely, yes. She'll be canonically British? I thought so. I thought all the, well, I thought this one was set in England. Anyway. So this is old school point and click. We have discrete commands like walk and look and use and talk and an inventory. Let's look at empty glass fronted cabinet. Kind of books that middle class keep around themselves in order to appear learned. An Armstrong 14 steel safe. I can crack these in my sleep. That's the window through which I entered this place. That's me, Gildy. The gentleman thief. A rather dreadful portrait of a woman, early Victorian style, and I notice a wedding band on her finger. This must be the wife of the mansion's first owner. It doesn't seem like a Victorian fixture. Must be an addition made by the most recent tenant. Bachelor of Law awarded to Clarence Defoe by the University of Warwick. Clarence Defoe was the last owner of the house who recently died, and I think I have just lost whatever sympathy I had for him. It's a door. Shelby is apparently supposed to be a British person putting on a facade of poshness to kind of shell himself. All right, let's start using things. Don't think I've heard of an American gentleman thief. We don't actually have gentlemen over here, so I can understand the confusion. From here, that's empty. No interest in these books. All right. Damn, empty. Guess the family solicitor got here first. He calls things solicitors, too. That's got to be British. Solicitors here are a very different thing. It won't open. It must have been jarred shut somehow. Well, I guess I have to take the old-fashioned way out. If you try to leave through the door before trying the window, he says, I'd rather go out the way I came. It's too bulky to carry around. It's also unsigned and therefore valueless. Drawers are all either empty or full of meaningless paperwork. They have no value to anyone except the owner, and he's dead. What's up, Demon Lord? How's it going? What? No. No! Stay away from me! Stay away! What got into him? Oh, wait. Keep forgetting I'm wearing this thing. Who the hell was that guy? I have one request, just look at the, I was under the impression this house was empty. I have one request, just look at the door repeatedly multiple times. Any door? Really? Okay. The door. It's another door. It's what we in the trade call a door. It's a large rectangular piece of wood used to fill large, ungainly holes in walls. It's a door. What more is there to say? As you've probably already figured out, this is a door. My keen senses tell me this is a door. It's a door I see before me. It's larger than a window and smaller than a garage, so I guess it's a door. I think of all the doors I've seen here, this is by far the best. I take it back. This is the best door in the whole house. I used to go out with a girl who had a door just like that. Have I already told you about the girl who had a door just like that? Her name was Patricia. She had eyes like sapphires, hair like a fountain of night, and the most incredible pair of earrings I had ever seen. Anyway, she left me for the lead singer of The Doors, which explains why this door reminds me of her, I suppose. Sorry, I have a tendency to ramble when players won't stop looking at the bloody doors. Okay, that was totally worth it. I did not know about that, Nikki, so thank you for that. Oh, I can look at that. Windows are all so dirty, it's impossible to see through them clearly. Alright, well, I guess we'll try using things. Hello, Nemrin. How you doing? Damn, shut. I also like that the use command doubles as walk, so you don't actually have to use the discrete walk command. I always found that really annoying in point and click. I feel like the more streamlined the interface is, the more I tend to enjoy a point and click. I don't mind having specific commands for like look and use, but anything more than that feels kind of excessive. What's up, baloney? Is it Bolognius or Bologni's? I really feel like that could go either way. Bologna, yeah, Bologni's is kind of what I'm thinking. You've completely arrested my attention here. I'm not going to be able to sleep now. Bologni's? Standardized homemade barbecue franks and beans. That sounds good, Nemrin. That sounds good. Bolognese. There we go. Any pronunciation is encouraged and acceptable. Cheers, Bolognese. You're now a delicious pasta dish. You are more than welcome here. I could really do with a haircut. Not sure what to do with myself. I'm not the sort of cat burglar who leaves the taps running out of sheer malevolence. Home Alone reference. When I need it, I'll let you know. Didn't think there's much underneath. Wait, babies, nothing here. How anticlimactic. Damn shut. How many of you are already familiar with this game? How many of you have seen or played this yourselves? I'm very curious. Because on the one hand, I feel like this game is extremely indie, but on the other hand, Yahtzee Croshaw kind of has a high enough profile that I feel like a lot of people would have found it through their knowledge of him. What's up, Peach? Late, how it's going? It's good. It's good. I'm very excited to be playing this tonight. So that was about 10 years ago, which is what I suggested after Grim Fandango. I've seen Zero Punctuation. I'm assuming this is the same thing. Not really, no. Yahtzee still made games. He was really an AGS master. I don't think he's made anything in AGS for a while. He was doing like a video. He was doing like a video blog about game development where he was trying to make little game experiments every month. I don't know how long he continued doing that. I watched those for a few months and then kind of wandered off. Read the LP on the archive. You're in the AGS scene back in the day. I wanted to get into it. It was one of the game engines that I tried to wrap my brain around. I just didn't really have that proper creative spark. He's developing a game currently called Star Vagabond, was not an AGS. Don't think you've ever seen this game? Oh, this is a classic. Perhaps a lost classic. Line's Dead. Somehow I was expecting that. For anyone who's come in late, we are Trilby, a gentleman thief. He's just broken into the Defoe Manor, where the last owner has recently passed away. But upon cracking the safe, he's discovered that there's nothing in there. So now he's choosing to leave, but that is proving more complicated than he thought. No latch, no chain, no deadbolts. Doesn't even have a keyhole. Do I want the bloody thing open? It's becoming very tiresome. I wonder how he feels about being better known for Zero Punctuation than for the games he's made. I can't imagine he's surprised by that. Zero Punctuation was probably more successful than he ever imagined. Did play stuff like this before, probably not this one. Miss Point and Quick Games. Are you gonna do the whole Chizou mythos? Probably. We'll see how things go tonight, but I love games like this, and the folks that frequent my channel tend to really enjoy games like this. And the other game, like, this game is really solid. The other games in this series are such an experience. I feel like it would be a shame not to expose people to them. It's just ornamental. The drawers and cabinets are all empty. I think finding a way out of this place is higher on my priorities than stealing the furniture right now. I know some pretty unscrupulous art dealers, but I doubt even they deserve this. Freaking love point and click nights? That's interesting, Bangcopter. I doubt any of these would be helpful. I pegged you more for the struggle and suffering type. Really amazing games. Dark Side of the Moon when, you coward. It's a rather amateurish landscape. The signature identifies the work of Matthew Defoe, circa 1818. Welsh dresser. How very bourgeois. Now, this is what I call an antique. Nice finish. Probably fetch a decent amount if I can find the right dealer. Straight from the Argos catalog to your living room. Alrighty. So extension cord for the VCR. The TV must have another power source. A Sony MH400. Some collector's value here. The MH400 is becoming defunct at around the same time as the Rubik's Cube. I love that right from the get-go, the examine dialogue in this has a very distinct voice to it. Like, within the first couple of minutes of just looking at furniture and paintings, you know exactly who Trilby is, and I love that. Pay attention to paintings? Okay. May have blinked and missed it. We came through the office window. Why can't we leave? The window is jammed. The window will not open back up. And now we've discovered the front door won't open either. Plain old VCR. Has one obscenely overstuffed sofa. Art of Theft is also a really good game, though it's not a point and click. It is a very good game, I agree. I just took a cord. Haha. Mine now. Shelby doesn't want it. In other news, the world is still shaken by the sudden death of Sir Clarence Defoe. Sir Clarence and his wife Julia were found dead last Thursday in Defoe Manor. I'll get back to chat in a second. Our correspondent Peter Daltrey has the report. It was just 4 weeks ago this place was a buzz of activity as Sir Clarence Defoe moved in with his new bride, Julia Swanson Defoe. Now, after the shocking tragedy, the place is quiet as a tomb and empty of human life. I won't go that far. Sir Clarence had only proven his attachment to the Defoe lineage almost 1 year ago, and since then had been renovating the long-abandoned family mansion in preparation for his marriage. The police have already declared the tragedy as a murder-suicide, although many have insisted that Sir Clarence was incapable of such an act. The debate rages on while the fate of the house and family fortunes remains unclear. Peter Daltrey, BBC News, Defoe Manor. What's up, Shadows? Top stories again. Minister. I hate television. All right, so to clarify, because there were no valuables left in the safe, Trilby wants to leave. He was going to leave out through the window. The window is jammed. He went downstairs to the main door. The main door inexplicably won't open. So now he's looking for other forms of egress. Can't throw a chair or something through the window? Trilby's too much of a gentleman thief to take such an uncouth path out. I fear it would swallow me whole. Hey! Oops. About time you showed up. I'm sorry? And well, you should be. I've been stuck in this house for days. Where's the way out? I'm sorry, I don't understand. You are the guy who owns this place, right? No. Oh. So how'd you get in here? Window on the second floor. Is it still open? No, it jammed shut. Damn. Well, it looks like the house has a new guest. Nope, no more turn up. We've only got 5 chairs. If you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Wait a minute. Yes? Who are you? Oh, I beg your pardon. Hardy is the name. Phil Hardy. Call me Phil. And you are? Trilby. Mr. Trilby, I'm afraid you are now a prisoner. Like me, like everyone else in the house. A prisoner? Don't ask me why, but once you get in, the house won't let you leave. I've tried all the doors and windows. None of them open up. Garden wall is unclimbable, and I can't tunnel under it. But why? Who's keeping us here? Beats the hell out of me. Whatever it is, they will certainly not be safe from my fists once I get out of here. So if there's something you're not telling me, now would be a good time to get it off your chest. I assure you, I am completely mystified. So how many more people are in this place? Only 3 more. First is Jim, the youngest. He turned up just after I did. He's a good kid. Second, Simone Taylor. You probably know her off the telly. She's correspondent for the BBC. She came here to make some kind of documentary, I think, but now she's stuck here with us. Lastly, there's AJ. Skinny bloke with a stash. He won't tell us who he is or where he came from. All I know is he's been here longer than anyone, nearly a whole week. I think I've already met him. Oh, a heartwarming story. Anyway, why don't you see if you can track them all down? Calling a house meeting in the lounge. Spread the word. Trust you'll enjoy your stay at Defoe Manor, Mr. Trilby. I still don't understand. Find the others and tell them to meet up in the lounge. We can discuss things properly then. Alright. And now you're up to the minute. The manor will not let anyone leave, for reasons unknown. BBC, a mystifying acronym for the Americans. British Bake Off channel. Big bouncy crumpets. Let's have us a look around. Stuffed tiger head mounted in the act of snarling, presumably to justify its death in some small way. A very old sepia photograph of a man in explorer's gear standing over a dead tiger. The label reads, Sir Roderick tames a vicious beast. A gun he's holding looks a lot like the one over the fireplace. I'm no expert on guns, but I think that's a late 18th century musket rifle, standard issue of the British Army of that period. Photograph portrays a native bearer in an aggressive stance before a very wary-looking lion. The label reads, Savage versus Savage. There's not enough to kill animals in Africa. He has to come and do it in Canada, too. An ancient picture of 2 men in full hunting gear. The label reads, Sir Roderick and Carstairs. Very old photograph of a small collection of straw huts. The label reads, A Native Village. Evidently someone fancies themselves a big game hunter, or maybe they just fancy themselves. Glass bell jar containing a rather hideous-looking wooden idol. Grab anything of these things. This is more like car boot sale material. Like flea market sale, basically. I'm not sure I want these pictures, or they're not a little sickening. Well, this thing's heavier than it looks. Not carrying this around everywhere. Better find a place to put it down. So I have gun prompt now. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Alright, we'll put it back. Even if I wanted that ugly thing, which I don't, I'd have to break the glass to get to it. No thanks. I have a thing about lying. Only Defoes are here, so only Defoes are able to leave. And it turns out they only leave via death. So I feel pretty good about not being a Defoe. Steal the fire. I guess since we're here, this is the game. What have we here? Windows are also dirty, yeah. It's a pleasantly professional quality portrait of a bearded man in a Victorian explorer's outfit. A little plaque at the bottom reads, Sir Roderick Defoe. Your professional right, steal the front door. Yeah, the stock door sound. Nicely varnished oak dining table. Probably brought in from IKEA. I could try the windows, but I'll tell you right now, none of them open. Brand new fridge freezer unit. Plain old kitchen cabinet. This cooker looks like it's never been used. Kitchen sink of everything but fame. Plain old kitchen cabinet. It's a door. Let's see what's going on in here. Evidently no one cares if I starve in this place. I can't open the freezer. There. Maybe if I had something to cook, but I don't. Salt. Too big to carry around with me, but if I ever need lethal quantities of salt, I'll know where to look. And then that's just the bottom of the sink. So. Right, here to be outside. Here's a tree. Pushing the tree makes the upper branches sway a little. What fun! I found a stick. I'm sorry, excuse me, a twig. I misspoke. Pick up stick. There's the wall. They're quite unclimbable. Walls look very sturdy and smooth. Large oak tree stands proud beside the house, the branches reaching all the way up to the roof. That's the door. I think I can see the interior of a tool shed. Ah, this screen scroll. Locked. Don't any windows open in this stupid place? Water. I didn't bring my trunks. What the hell is this? Pipeline? I think I'd best leave it alone. Looky here. Someone's done a real number on this lawn. Digging their way out? No, it seems more like they were looking for something. It says lawn. I don't want to get dirt under my nails. Guess we'd actually better use the walk command here. First, you have to drain the pool to get the reactor. I'm unclear on why tunneling out is impossible. I guess they can't dig deep enough. Have you ever tried to dig a tunnel under a concrete wall? Put him in the water and take the ladder. It should theoretically be possible unless something's in the way. Alright. Check the rooms up here. See if they're all locked. What's in here? I just realized I use the same door noise as Daggerfall. This uses the same door noise as a lot of games. Oh, there's somebody. Hello. Unless I'm very much mistaken, Simone Taylor, television personality. Let's use the talk command. Pardon me, madam. What? Oh, hello. Philip mentioned we had a new guest. You're Simone Taylor, right? Yes, you must have seen me on TV. And you are? Trilby. Got a first name? No. Hey, wait a second. Not the cat burglar, Trilby. Oh, wow. I presented a Crime Watch special on you once. Man, I wish I had a camera right now. It'd be huge. You wouldn't consent to an interview, would you? Madam, even if I did have a sudden retarding brain injury that would cause me to do so, don't you think our apparent imprisonment is a slightly more urgent matter? I admit I thought so the first day I was here. But I've been here 4 days now, and I really think I'm learning a lot about this place. Okay, just get these infernal doors open. Philip's calling a house meeting in the lounge. Yes, it's so like him to do that when a new face appears. See you later, Mr. Trilby. I honestly realize I actually like most of Yahtzee Kershaw's stuff I've played, seen, read. I like his game. I used to watch a lot of Zero Punctuation, but when I started reviewing games myself, I found myself disagreeing more and more with the stances that he took. Based a lot on the angles he was coming at things from. I didn't find a lot of his critiques had very solid footing. once I really thought about it. Good at making games. I agree. I enjoy most, if not all, of his games. I always assume the soil gets too hard to dig, unnaturally so. Yeah, I think unnaturally is the key here. Never cared for zero punctuation. I think that's fair. It had a very specific style to it. Okay, so I found 2 people. There are 2 more here somewhere. Zero punctuation was one of those things where it was entertaining. It was entertaining for a while, but like the core message I didn't agree with. And if that's the case, I feel like whatever it is you're watching or consuming is gonna end up wearing you down. Take it as a sort of comedic thing. Almost never take it as a serious review. Yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is, if you have to do that, if that's your approach, then like you're gonna tire of it sooner rather than later. After a certain point, watching people get angry at video games just becomes exhausting. That was my problem with Jim Sterling. I used to watch their work a long time ago, and as much as I agreed with what they were saying, it just got tiresome to watch after a while. Who? James Stephanie Sterling. Trans gamer and gaming pundit. They had a show on, was it The Escapists? Called The Jimquisition, years and years and years ago before going fully independent. A lot of very angry ranting about the game industry, but from a very progressive point of view. So the message is good, even if I don't agree with the way it's delivered. Discovery when I was on the cynical, grumpier end, so I did kind of understand his points at the time. I understand his points, stuff like COD, Ubisoft, prefers more positive reviews like Earthbound. Progressive Ruin was their OG site. Interesting. Grappling hook launcher made to look like an umbrella. Length of slim extension cord and ordinary twig from the garden. Where in the hell are the other people I'm looking for? I do have a grappling hook. I completely forgot about that. I suppose I could try using it in the backyard. That doesn't work. I use my Growly, but from what I know of this house, there's a sheer drop on the other side of the wall, and I don't want to risk it. Enough. Where the hell are the other people in this house? I'm trying to remember if there's like a section of this house that I'm forgetting about. Perhaps some kind of key? Cat burglar trophy is quite a leaden footfall. Nothing on or under the table. Too big to carry around with me. Comes to Sterling and do watch their stuff. I agree with a lot of their points. It can be a big exhausting watch for a while. Took a break from both their content. Yeah. Yeah, my thing is if I end up taking a break from content, I'm probably not going back to it, like, ever. It would be funny if that did work. Like, you just grapple hook over the wall and, like, you're just done. Doesn't seem to be picking anything up. Maybe we should try again later. Yeah, a game over where you just leave the place. I think the instinct to stick a hand in the fire was evolved out of us as a species a long time ago. Was that gray thing by the fire? Do a clock tower. I don't know. It doesn't have an interaction point. Where the hell are the other people in this house? We played Clock Tower 1 because there's an ending where the protagonist basically does exactly that. OG Clock Tower on Super Famicom, you have the killer chase you to the car, hide, and he leaves, drive out. He's somehow in the backseat at the end of the credits. Reaching the point of consistently watching Sterling videos at 1.75 speed. Drawers are all empty or full of meaningless paperwork. You. Still won't open. Maybe with a bit of pocket change, I doubt I could get down in my car. This is why I've always gravitated towards so-called indie games. There's so much less expectation and disappointment. I completely agree. I have always loved indie games because you get such a wide variety of experiences, a lot of which you can't even find in bigger game releases. And they're always such, like, bite-sized games with very little investment to experience them. Yeah, those background noises, they just kind of happen. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can talk to somebody behind these doors. They won't answer. Yeah, he just tries them. No, not you, Trilby. Right. Forgot these. I genuinely don't remember how you make the other people in this house appear. Damn, that didn't make someone appear. Whispers of the creator doing A and B response. I've watched a playthrough of Clock Tower 3 and it sounds like the funniest fucking thing ever. It sounds just like absolutely ridiculous. Time and place for rest. Fine. In the dark, those whispers are scary as hell. Hopefully I will be able to get this game going and y'all will get a better idea, but... Oh, shit. I made something happen. This game does get pretty creepy. Hey. Bill. There's someone up in the tree. There we go. Oh, hi. You're new. Have you come to set us free? No, apparently I'm a prisoner now, too. I'm guessing you must be Jim. What were you doing in the tree? I thought I might be able to get over the wall. But the tree's too far. And there's this ravine just outside the wall, too. So I understand, yes. Philip wants us all to meet up in the lounge. Oh, okay. I'll head there now, then. Yeah, okay, I think the trick to this is that you have to find the people in order. Like, you have to find Simone first. So we came out here and we pushed on the tree, but Jim wasn't in the tree because we hadn't found Simone yet. But after we found Simone and came back to the tree, then Jim was in it and pushing on it got his attention. This is my favorite Shizo mythos, but this one gets really good. Just starts pretty quietly. Nothing wrong with the slow start of done right. I think this is fine because you have, like, right away you've set up the central mystery. Like, right from the very first screen, it's like, oh, I broke into this house to steal shit and I can't get out. And then you go downstairs and you still can't get out. And then you find a guy and he's like, oh, some of us have been stuck here for a week. Nobody can get out. So there's a very slow escalation to it, but clear enough to kind of... Oh, here we go. Our new arrival has graced us with his presence. I expect there's a lot you want to know. Join the club. So let me see if I've got this clear in my head. You're all trapped in this house by some invisible intelligence. Right? And you can't leave. Nope. And as soon as I entered, I became trapped too. Pretty much. Why? Why would anyone want to keep his prisoner here? Maybe they're just lonely. You know, if they wanted company, they'd have shown themselves. Maybe they have. Maybe one of us is behind all this. Oh, don't be silly. Why would any of us want to trap a load of people here and pretend we didn't? I don't know, do I? I don't speak loony. We mustn't squabble amongst ourselves. Hampered by paranoia and suspicion, we'd only hinder each other. I suggest we assume for now that we four are all innocent. I agree with that. We five, including AJ. Where is he anyway? I couldn't find him anywhere. I saw him just after I arrived, but he ran away from me. Well, that's odd. Listen, Mr. Trilby. We work as a team in this house. That's how it's been since it started. So we all have to share information. No secrets. So, why did you come to this house? He's a cat burglar. Why do you even have to ask? I didn't come here to take part in some bizarre Big Brother event, that's for sure. Is there anything you know about this house that would help? Anything at all? I doubt I know much more than any of you. All I know is the last air just died and it's supposed to be empty. I always want to pronounce that hair. I guess you're not much of a help then. I suppose an extra pair of hands is always useful. Still not completely clear on a few details. Ready to ask you all some questions now? Sure. To ask any of us whatever you like. All right, I will do that. Now, I'm not going to look at you, and I'm not going to grab you. I'm going to speak to you. Miss Taylor, yes? Aha, dialogue trees. What do you know about the mansion? Well, I've heard some pretty disturbing stories about it. Here we go. There have been stories of weird happenings around it for decades. Ever since the first disappearance of the original owner and his son. People have gone missing in the area around the house more than anywhere else in the country. People from all walks of life. People like us? Say that. Can you climb the dialogue tree and escape the mansion? I don't think it's that tall, unfortunately. How did you come to be here? I only came down here for a documentary. There's been a lot of interest in old ghost stories lately. We figured something on Defoe Manor would pull in the rating. And not because it would make interesting viewing. Why I hate television. Excuse me, I was talking. I arrived here before the camera crew. I was supposed to wait for them. I couldn't resist just taking a walk around the grounds. Next thing I knew, I was in the backyard. I looked all over, but I couldn't find a way back to the front. It was my own fault, really. Yes, it was. What happened to your camera crew? I have no idea. They probably just left when I never showed up. Sort of glad they didn't get mixed up in this too. Wait. Wouldn't her car or whatever still be out front? Tell me a bit about yourself. Why, that's so sweet of you to ask. I'm in for it now. I'm a correspondent for the BBC, but you probably already knew that. I'm afraid I don't watch much television. Oh. Well, I do outside broadcast for the news, mainly. Sometimes I present documentaries or variety shows. Whenever I'm needed, really. I'm much a Jill of all trades. That's all I want to know. Okay. Mr. Hardy. Yes, Mr. Trilby? What do you know about the mansion? Plenty. I read an article in this month's Treasure Hunting Monthly. Oh boy. It was built by some explorer guy, Sir Roger Defoe or something like that. His wife died giving birth. He and his son went missing sometime later. Hell, maybe the article could tell you better than I could. I'll let you borrow it. Pit pat, pit pat, pit pat. Just don't mess it up too much, just for my scrapbook. I think everyone's just at rapt attention for this background information, Jerry. How did you come to be here? Well, I came here to look for some artifacts. I'm sure you had the full consent of the Defoe solicitors to do so. Shut up. I just heard of some old family tombs somewhere under the building. I mean, really old. Anything inside probably doesn't belong to anyone, so finders keepers. I managed to call in a few favors to get over the ravine and the back wall. Then, of course, I couldn't get out again. How many people know you're here? A handful, I suppose. They wouldn't get suspicious till I go missing for months, though. Tell me a bit about yourself. About me? Well, I'm in what you call the import-export business. You're a thief. I am not a thief. Treasure hunter. I only take what belongs to dead people. So not using it, you know. New friend there, he's a thief. True, but also a gentleman, and I only take what I'm sure no one's using, too. So it's a great comfort to them. That's all I want to know. Righto. Alright, Jim, you're up. So, Jim, yes? What do you know about the mansion? Wrapped like Laura Palmer. God. Not much. We could always just about see the roof over the playground wall. We all used to tell each other it was haunted. Why? Were there any stories or legends attached? Well, a friend of mine used to say a crazy hermit lived there, who killed people and ate them alive. Oh, well, I'm certainly reassured. How did you come to be here? It was so stupid. We climbed over the school wall at lunchtime. Why? It was a dare. We were going to see how long it would take the school to find us. Then we come across this old house, and Richard dared me to knock on the door. Bet me a pound I wouldn't do it. My school was like that. Broke my collarbone playing pile-on once. Shut up, Philip. What happened next? Well, I was about to knock on the door, but it opened by itself. I heard Richard dare me to take a step inside. So you did, and the door closed behind you and it wouldn't open again. Yeah. Your friends didn't call the police or anything? How should I know? I guess they didn't, since nobody came. That was on Wednesday. School probably know I'm gone now. School is plural there? Tell me a bit about yourself. Like what? I don't know. Where were you before you came here? I was at St. Trinian's boarding school, not far from here. Been there since I was 10. My parents move around a lot, you see. How old are you now? Nearly 16. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Anyone else see the pattern in all these stories? Which pattern would that be? Seems to me the house only traps people individually. Didn't try to trap Jim's friends or Simone's camera crew. It's only letting us in one at a time. You're talking about the house like it's intelligent. Surely it's more likely there's some joker behind all this. Maybe. But how did they know we were coming? How did it know to leave a window open for me, risking one of you finding it? Think the house is haunted? I wouldn't use that word. I definitely have a very odd feeling. Like we're being watched, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe this is one of Simone's rating winners. Excuse me? Well, locking up some people in a house against their will and secretly filming them. Sounds like a natural reality TV progression. Also highly illegal. Wouldn't stop some people. What the hell has AJ got to anyway? Hoping he'd be here. Been doing some research on the house. He was going to share it with us tonight. Maybe someone should go look for him. I wonder who. Getting pretty late. I admit I am beginning to feel tired. Yeah, me too. But what about AJ? I don't think there's any need to worry now. If he still hasn't turned up by morning, then we'll look for him. No, all right. We'll look for him as soon as we get up. Day 2. What was that noise? Oh, Jesus, no! Simone? Philip? Jim? God. Who did this? What the? You did this? Stay back, I'm warning you. Who are you? Christ, I've never dreamt so vividly before. So disturbing. All right. Day 2 off to a rollicking start. Let's check back here since it's, right here. See what's going on. Not gonna lie, I think Yahtzee's cynical snark works really surprisingly well and channeled through other characters. I agree. It honestly makes a lot of his characters sound a lot more natural. Because people in a high pressure situation like this would tend to snap at each other, I think. That was a scrap of paper. That's what Philip gave us. It's an article cut from a magazine called Treasure Hunting Monthly. The Mystery of Defoe Manor. Defoe Manor, one of the country's more notorious stately homes, is renowned for being a great source of untold wealth. But what is the curse that surrounds the creaking house? The mansion was built in the early 19th century by the legendary explorer Roderick Defoe in celebration of his retirement and marriage. Sir Roderick disappeared along with his only son on the 15-year anniversary of his wife's sudden death. After that, the house fell into the possession of a succession of heirs, most of whom died or disappeared in mysterious circumstances. The house was left abandoned after its last heir was thought to have died in 1946 until the recent appearance of Clarence Defoe, who managed to prove his connection to the lineage and inherit the house. There you have it. Willem Dafoe better look out. Let's go upstairs. I feel like the other housemates will probably be up here. What the hell is that? Someone seems to have broken the lock off of this door. And that someone was Simone. Collection of old road maps and atlases, probably tragically out of date. Shelf was full of nothing but photo albums. The 1988 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica with Wagner to Woodlouse missing. Historical texts on most of the really well-known noble families. The history of the Defoe lineage. Looks interesting. Complete unabridged Oxford English Dictionary. These don't come cheap. Lovingly bound textbooks on gardening. Books on the occult. No doubt interesting bedtime reading. Books on photography, cartooning, and watercoloring. A sun-bleached skull, probably placed here to add a gothic ambiance. P.G. Wodehouse's best. Several volumes of something called The Digest of the Visual Arts. Evidently, someone's been doing a little research here. Can I actually... Somebody said something about something. I think it's about time I read up on the Defoe family. Alright, I got a book about the Defoes. Not gonna lie, I can really tell Yahtzee loves Sands of Time with the creepy random whispers, yeah. If I were Clarence Mara, I would have just kept my mouth shut, yeah. Talk to Simone first. Hey, Miss Taylor. Hello, Mr. Trilby. Do you know where the others are? Well, Philip said he was going to the garden. I don't know where Jim is. And AJ's still missing. Thanks. Sleep well? To be honest, not really. I had this terrible dream. Someone had killed you and Philip and Jim. I remember a huge guy with a welding mask. Let me guess. He took off the mask and he looked exactly like you. No. Actually, he looked exactly like you. What does it mean? Frankly, I don't want to know. Did you break the lock on the door? No, I just came up here and it was like that. I suppose AJ must have done it. He must have been reading from that pile of books. I don't know exactly. I'd have to ask him. So I take it AJ hasn't turned up yet? No. Think he found a way out? If he did, he didn't have the decency to tell us. I wouldn't be surprised. He's kind of jumpy. Maybe he saw an opportunity and took it. Maybe. What do you know about AJ? Option keeps changing. Not much. He refused to tell us anything about himself. Where he came from, why he came here, not even his full name. Kind of suspicious, isn't it? Think he had some kind of agenda? I really wouldn't know. Of course, you're no one to judge when it comes to withholding names. Dialogue tree cleverly designed to foil the kind of player who just asks every question in order. How are you holding up? Oh, spare me the gallantry. I'm just fine. All right, see you later. We did get a book. Look in a book. History of the Defoe Family, Volume 7. Roderick Defoe, later Sir Roderick Defoe, is probably the most famous of the lineage. Using a lot of the inheritance he attained when his parents died suddenly and embarked on a series of adventures throughout the globe, earning quite a reputation as a colonial explorer. Oh, colonizers, man. He retired from adventuring at the age of 40 when he met his future bride, Belinda Rothman, and fell instantly in love. Built a luxury manor in the English countryside, and the couple moved in as soon as work was complete. By all accounts, the couple were deliriously happy, which made Belinda's sudden death while giving birth to their only son, Matthew, all the more tragic. Sir Roderick was in mourning for a long time, leaving the upbringing of Matthew in the hands of numerous nannies and tutors. When he finally did start taking an interest in his son, he was known to be bitterly disappointed his son rejected the idea of joining the army, preferring to pursue art and literature. As Matthew neared the age of 15, however, he and his father seemed to grow closer. They didn't always see eye to eye, but they seemed to understand each other and offer unconditional love. And then, on Matthew's 15th birthday, he and Roderick disappeared. The servant found bloodstains in one of the rooms, but no bodies were found. The fate of Sir Roderick and his wayward son remain a mystery to this day, the first of many mysterious disappearances connected to the Defoe line and the family house. Wodehouse would be in the missing encyclopedia volume. I wonder if it means anything. Time will tell, won't it? Suppose we'll check all the rooms up here. New here. This is still locked. This is still locked. Go in the bathroom. Down the stairs. Alright, I guess we'll head out to the garden. Oh, hello. Jim can't be older than 16. He's wearing some mutation of a school uniform. Jim? Hi, Mr. Trilby. Do you know where the others are? Well, I don't know where Mr. Hardy is, but Miss Taylor's up in the library. The library? I think she broke the door open or something. Thanks. What are you reading there? Treasure Island. I found it in the living room. How are you liking it? It's a bit heavy going. I think I prefer Terry Pratchett. Seen AJ anywhere? Not since yesterday morning. He seemed pretty anxious about something. Did he say why? No, just said something about getting to the bottom of all this. Then he left the room and I never saw him again. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. I had this really horrible dream, but you don't want to hear about it. You're taking this imprisonment thing very well, I must say. Well, it's not that different to boarding school, really. Except there's no one to hit you across the knuckles when you talk too much at night. That's all. Wodehouse, geez, Butler did it. Who doesn't prefer trash? I suppose this is the point where I have to admit that I've never read any Terry Pratchett. Oh, is this up? Nope, still locked. I don't know you, neither have I. You wound me. Philip Hardy, a rather wild-eyed young man in a leather jacket and khakis. Hey, Mr. Hardy. Oh, look who's up. Holy Jesus. Okay. Have you seen the others? Last I saw Jim, he was in the dining room. Don't know about the Taylor woman. Thanks. Do you know if AJ's turned up yet? Not to my knowledge. In fact, I don't think we'll be seeing him ever again. Why not? Oh, this is some kind of reality TV stunt. He must have been in on it. He's going to file reports on how all the hidden cameras are working. I honestly doubt this is the work of the BBC, Philip. You have a better explanation? Not yet. Well then. Well, guess we're playing the Discworld point and clicks next. The bearded portrait seems different. What are you doing with that metal detector? It's actually part of the plan to get out of here. Oh, good. I've heard there's some kind of family tomb buried somewhere under the ground. If I can find it, there might be another way to the surface. And I presume any family valuables they have down there would be an unexpected bonus. Hey, judge not, lest ye be judged yourself. You're a burglar. At least I have a sense of priorities. Well, when you found an escape route and saved us all, I'll be sure to apologize profusely. How do you know the tomb's there? I don't. That's what the metal detector's for. How do you know there's anything to detect? Probably all stone and dusty corpses. Actually, you'd be surprised how much metal can be found in a tomb. Belt buckles, coffin handles, candlesticks, gold, silverware. Implying something? Goodness me, no. Listen, the tomb could be on the other side of the grounds for all you know. Sure, but this is as good a place as any to start. And until I see some compelling evidence for its location, I'll continue my systematic sweep. Voice acting is so good in the first Discworld game. Are you the one who dug up half the lawn? Yeah. I was trying to dig my way out of this place, but the ground gets really solid 2 feet down, and the wall foundations go even further. Well, there you go. Well, that would explain the holes nearest the walls. What about the others? Damn it. I accidentally clicked through. Professional interest. Any luck? With treasure? Nah. Found some kind of pipeline running under the lawn, but not much else. Okay, I'm going to stop clicking through the dialogue. How are you doing? Oh, I'm just fine. When I find the way out, I'll be even better. Eric Idle is Rincewind? Oh, that's... I borrow your metal detector? What do you want it for? I'm not sure yet. Brilliant. Well, I'll give you a shout when I'm finished with it. See you around. Whatever. Kind of a dick, this one. What's up, Eva? How you doing? Water's deep, smells strongly of chlorine. There's a blurry shape visible in the water, but I can't tell what it is. Perhaps if the pool was drained. Looks like the pipeline comes away from the pool and goes under the lawn. I wonder where it leads. Actually, now I might have a reason to borrow the metal detector. Finished the metal detector yet? No, you can have it when I found the tomb. Alright. You found AJ, I presume. God. Oh, I need to walk off this. They're good. I'm not entirely sure how much sense they make someone who doesn't know Discworld's absurdities. Oh, so it's something that's kind of made for fans. Alright, nothing happening there. I'll try this door again just in case. Discworld 1 is just obtuse as hell. First one especially is very Moon Logic. Let me see if I got any new... Yeah. Portrait of an aging man in a safari suit, plaque reads Sir Roderick Defoe. Portrait does look different. It looks like maybe the beard is grayer. Kind of interesting. Hey, maybe the phone suddenly worked. No, of course it doesn't. Oh, there's a newspaper here. I always keep abreast of day-to-day events. I thought that was a very strange-looking phone. Copy of the local paper dated last Friday. Heir to Defoe estates found dead. Defoe line found dead yesterday in his home. Defoe 24 was found. Defoe 24 is found hanging from a tree in the front yard of Defoe Manor. His recent bride, Julia Swanson Defoe, was also found dead in the mansion, apparently stabbed to death. Inspector Jacob Barnes, the officer in charge of the investigation, has closed the case. There's no mystery here, he said. Defoe killed his wife and then himself. We have already disproved the possibility of a third party. Sir Clarence's solicitor, Michael Cheesham, however, has gone on record questioning the inspector's judgment. The last I saw of Sir Clarence, he was infinitely content. He would never have committed such an act. Plus, there was no suicide note. Well then. If you want to get into Pratchett, I'd probably recommend Good Omens or Color Magic as jumping in points. Chesham was here and apparently managed to leave. They probably it was probably an entire like police squad of inspectors. Would be my guess. And like Trilby was saying, it seems like the house doesn't trap groups. Or it traps people individually. Rather than grabbing a whole bunch of... don't think anything's changed. Put on the moose head and harass the others. Oh, wait, before I leave. Right, and only one person would have had the key. What's up, Endive? I see we're playing Maniac Mansion tonight. Trilby is no maniac. Top story this morning. Police are still baffled by the apparent disappearance of television personality Simone Taylor. Ms. Taylor was due to film a documentary on the notorious Defoe manor, but her camera crew reported that she never arrived. Police have been investigating the building, but so far have found no way to get inside. The Defoe family solicitor, Michael Chesham, has the only key to the building and is currently unavailable. Ms. Taylor's disappearance coinciding with the disappearance of a local youth from a nearby boarding school simply add to the legend surrounding the mysterious Defoe manor. One thing I like about this game is it feels like Yahtzee sat there and thought about all the questions people would ask about the scenario and tried to like sprinkle in answers regarding them. So yes, of course the police are looking for all these disappeared people, but they can't get into the house now. She went into space. Small Gods or Weird Sisters would also probably be good. Yeah, I definitely like the attention to detail. Taylor? Okay. So, can be used for any moment. What a skull. I don't want this nasty thing. I would chase him as our culprit who's also AJ. Touch Simone's butt? No. No, I don't think so. Okay, we don't need any book. Okay, nothing seems to have changed up here. Attention to detail, you say I refer you back to the door bit? Yes, exactly. Gentleman thief, not a butt. Hang on one sec. Come on. No. I might need to restart this. My audio just went somewhere. Hang on a sec. Butt Burglar sounds the album name of a 90s rapper. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to restart this real quick. Second. It's fine, Windows. You don't have to be afraid. Be okay. Steamed Hamburglar. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Load game. Yep. I looked away for a second. I just broke the game. It's my earbuds, as usual. As usual. Plot. That Apple quality, yeah, tell me about it. You'd best leave it alone. I disagree. I don't have a whole lot to work with at the moment. See why I should. Won't go together. Don't drain the pool. It contains a nuclear reactor. Nothing over here. If you got with 5 seconds. Tomb. Say anything useful. Not really, no. You mean the museum playing Star Wars? Isn't the library very pixel perfect and segmented? Do you think maybe I missed something in the library? Entirely possible. Yeah, I think what I need to do right now is I need to find some line on the tomb that Phil is looking for. So he will give me that metal detector so I can drain the pool thing. Black bolt. Interesting couple of binders containing old architectural plans for Defoe Manor. Oh, Nuki, thank you so much. Probably be some architectural plans of the building here. That's what I needed. Map is always handy. Edit. The very old architectural plan of Defoe Manor. There's Defoe Manor with the underground tomb clearly marked as being under the front yard. There's something odd about this map, like there's something missing. No, it's not that. There's something here that doesn't belong. Something I don't recall seeing in the house. So, front yard, underground tomb. This would be the main entrance here and the stairs up. This is the lounge, the TV room, and the trophy room. So this would be the dining room and the kitchen. Oh, look at that right there. There's the backyard, and then the second floor we know. So there's something kitchen of some note. Found a bendy straw. Love point and clicks, but oh boy, they can be demanding on a point and click. Yeah, point and clicks are one of the kinds of games where I have no compunctions about using a walkthrough, and I won't even knock a point and click if I have to use a walkthrough, just because I'm so used to it. I will recognize a point and click that's particularly good if I can get through it without a walkthrough, though. There it is. According to the map, there should be a stairwell right behind this wall. I guess someone bricked over it. Not going to be doing anything with my bare hand. Hit it with a stick. That doesn't work, yes. All right, well, regardless, we know there's something there now. I bet if we give the map to Phil, we'll be able to get the metal detector. And then drain the pool. Actually, Hey, Phil, check this shit out. Hey, Mr. Hardy, I found this old map in the library. Did you? Take a look. The tomb is quite clearly under the front yard. But this is the backyard. There's no way in the front yard. Sucks, doesn't it? Well, I guess that's my escape plan out the window. Thanks a bunch, buddy. Don't mention it. Can I borrow the metal detector? Why the hell not? Take away my hopes, might as well take my only worldly possession too. Have fun with it. Thanks. Now do excuse me. Truly wastes no time. Alright. Metal detector. Use on lawn. I wouldn't know where to begin. I need a starting point. Fucking Trilby. Buddy. Okay. Nope. Bye-bye! I think you'd best not leave it. Metal detector on... I can track where this pipeline leads with the metal detector. The trail ends here. Dirt. Use dirt. And what have we here? Philip's laborings must have covered it up. Well, that didn't seem to do anything. What am I looking at? It's a small metal panel with a single unmarked red button. Okay, so did it actually do something? Use the metal detector to break down the wall. Aha, I did. He said it didn't, but he lied. I love how we don't hear it during the pool. Christ! Oh, Christ. This is definitely the man I met on the landing, presumably AJ. Looks like someone tied him to an iron hook at the bottom of the pool. I think he was dead before then. His throat's been split open by some large edged weapon. God, the stench! I've got to find the others. Dead? How? Murdered. He was stabbed to death, then tied to the bottom of the pool. Oh my God. You know what this means, don't you? We are the only ones in this house. The killer has to be one of us. Not necessarily. I don't think any of us could engineer. Shut up! It was you, wasn't it? You killed AJ and now you're covering your tracks. Philip, you're being absurd. Why would Trilby tell us where the body is if he wanted to hide it? He's covering his tracks. He was the last to arrive. Don't tell me you're not a bit suspicious of him. Look, what happened to AJ was a terrible thing. But if we let it tear us apart, it could all go the same way. The Scissor Man. He's got a point, Philip. Oh, I see. You're all in this together. Philip. Shut up! As far as I'm concerned, there's no one I can trust anymore. From now on, it's every man for themselves. Philip. Idiot. He's shaking. We all are. So what do you think about AJ? I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure. I think we're being haunted. Well, at least someone's keeping their head. Look, I'm not exactly in love with such an unscientific idea as a murderous ghost. But nothing other than the supernatural could have engineered this situation. And this house has a bad history. History I think it's time I started looking into. Now you do whatever you want. I think I'm going to look into AJ's death with a slightly more sensible attitude. Where's Jim? Someone should tell him about AJ. I think he went upstairs. Go look. Father? Jim? Jim, is that you? What are you doing, Father? But what? Father, no! No, don't! Father! Father! Hold on. Mr. Trilby? Day 3. Jim? Sorry, Mr. Trilby, you wanted me to wake you? Did I? You remember yesterday? You told me about AJ, then said you were going to look into the house. Then you asked me to wake you this morning so you could get started. Yes, I remember. Thank you, Jim. Anytime. Well, guess let's do the usual tour of the house. See what's up. This morning, another news, Michael Cheesham, solicitor of the Defoe estates, was found dead this morning in his office. Mr. Cheesham was found to have hanged himself, and a ruling of suicide has already been declared. The latest in a recent string of deaths and disappearances connected to the mysterious Defoe manor. A string which began with the murder-suicide of Sir Clarence Defoe and his young wife, and has seen more recently the disappearance of BBC reporter Simone Taylor. Police were hoping to acquire the key to Defoe Manor in order to investigate, but the location of the key was known only by Mr. Cheesham himself. Numerous television stars have already come forward to pay tribute to Miss Taylor as it becomes increasingly apparent that she disappeared. All I have to say is, Trilby, that's why you don't sleep after the bathtub scene of the show. Something tells me there wouldn't even be that much coverage if there wasn't a celebrity involved. Is it just me, or does anyone else think Trilby probably has like the greasiest hair? I strongly agree. Like his profile, it just, yeah. The way it just hangs straight and uneven. Very concerning. When I say they're all showering, just not with shampoo, they have running water. Or running blood, apparently. Don't know about food. There was nothing in the fridge. I don't know if there's any actual food to eat. Let's see. Nobody in here today. Here. I'm gonna tie this into a joke about the title, like 5 Days in X, but I can't. One's still locked. Still locked. Bath is very clean and white, probably recently used. Five days a shower. Well, there's Philip. Table with the papers. Something important. What's up, buddy? Hello, Philip. Leave me alone, cat burglar. Have you seen the others? No. All I know is they're not here bothering me. You go join them. Painting changed again. Much bigger. Yeah, painting is old man now. What are you doing? None of your business. There's maps of the house? Yes, they're maps. I'm going to find a way out, then I'm going to get away from this madhouse once and for all. After that, if I ever see your smug pinstripe wearing face again, it'll be a million years too soon. Come on, Phil. None of us could have possibly have killed AJ. You want to bet? You're over 6 foot. You could have done it easily. Maybe I could have, but I didn't. Oh, that's very convincing. Yes. Prove it. You know I can't. Well then. You know your attitude could be the death of us all. It's certainly going to be the death of you if you don't get out of my face. Feeling any better this morning, dickhead? Oh, I'm just Peaches. And go away. I'll catch you later. Killed AJ. Ha! Only the murderer would know he's dead. Dun dun dun. Portrait wizened, bearded old man in a safari suit. Oh, that. I don't want it. It kind of freaks me out. Combine Philip with heavy looking table. What's this? I just found it out here like this. Do you know whose it is? Yeah, it's mine. Did you bring it in here last night or something? Of course not. It was in the front yard, and there's no way into the front yard. Maybe someone's trying to help us. Maybe. I'll go and find the others and let them know about it. Sure. Well, here's the car. It's definitely my car. How it got to be here is something I certainly can't explain. Don't just drive that incredibly hunched over. Great. My lockpicks are here. They must have fallen out of my pocket while I was getting out of the car. I'll hide an emergency pick in the lining of my tie, like I usually do. That certainly won't come in handy. The crazy dreams. Long shot. Do we kill the attorney that had the key and then come back into the house? See. To be fair, house is haunted is a pretty good excuse for just letting whatever bullshit unlock itself whenever you feel like it. True. Which is all the more reason I respect that they give you a way to unlock doors as of day 3. Instead, that car comes up to his waist. Yeah. Oh, I'm so nice and cozy tonight. It's been pretty cold the last couple of days, so this blanket has been really, really nice. Nothing else in the car, and not much point in driving it when there's nowhere to drive to. Bit nippy, yeah. Oh, just there we go. Okay. Oh, this so nice. This reminds me of like I think the first time I played this game, it was actually winter. It was winter in Japan, and I played this on my laptop, snuggled up in bed in the evening. And it was such a cool experience. Blanky stream, yeah. Locked. Well, something for that. There we go. Well, that's a goddamn pickaxe. It's pickaxe, and God only knows what it's doing here. I wonder what rare delights await within. So there's 2-man wood saws. The workbench is like an empty mind. All right, give me that pickaxe. Use pickaxe on Philip. Looks like the cupboard is bare. And I just took a saw as well. The cupboard is bare. We couldn't help ourselves. Let's see. Look at pickaxe. Old-fashioned miner's pickaxe. Well-polished old 2-man saw. Well, you know what we can do with this. I was the Quest of Glory games that lets you use a lockpick on yourself and you'd pick your nose. That's. Wants to wonder where he keeps all that stuff. Well, he is 6 foot. A lot of stuff will fit in those pants. This is not a one-man job. It killed you unless your lockpicking was high enough. That's. I have successfully solved today's octordie. I have no earthly idea what that is. Let's try the locked doors upstairs, and then I am totally busting down the door in the kitchen. 8 Wordles at the same time. I think I did it, but it still won't open. There must be a deadbolt on the other side or something. Try this. There we go. Unlock. All right, so this one unlocked. Now this is all. Rather nice piece of Victorian furniture. Fairly understated nightstand. Must be the room Clarence Defoe had picked for himself and his wife. Funny, there seem to be some little scratches on the wall just under the window. They don't look like they were made by human fingernails. There's a book. Empty. See? What do you know? It opened. Of course, since it overlooks the backyard, this doesn't help me much. Scratch. I can't think what to do with it. What was that book I just got? What was that book I just got? The Diary of Sir Roderick Defoe, March 5th, 1805. Work on the house is going well. It should be completed by the end of July. Belinda is already excited about the forthcoming wedding and spends many hours of the day going over even the smallest details over and over and over again. Not since our early courtship has she been so giddy with joy. It softens my heart to see her smile, and she smiles often. I'm wondering why I didn't retire sooner. August 12th, 1805. I am only now having the opportunity to write this as it has been a most hectic day. The wedding went without a hitch, and the house was ready for us to move in as soon as the ceremony was over. Belinda insisted on consummating our marriage immediately. Thanks for the detail, buddy. I'm sure, dear diary, this house can expect to hear the laughter of children before 1806 is out. February 14th, 1806. A romantic day for announcement. The physician has just left confirming that Belinda is with child. A child we can expect to be born in June. We have already decided to name the child Matthew if it is a boy, or Jane if it is a girl. June 28th, 1806. Belinda is dead. I will never forget her face, ash gray, contorted with pain. The child is healthy. Would that it had never come about and spared me this fresh hell. Hey, Tyre, he just got fucked. This guy. May 24th, 1820. Matthew showed me the painting of the grounds he had created. I worry about the boy. Why can't he have healthier interests, like soldiering? The painting was fair, I suppose, but I would rather my child be less of a weakling. June 28th, 1821. It is the anniversary of the night I unleashed a horror which I tonight shall remove from this world. May God forgive me. That's the last entry. It's a tile that must have come away slightly during the rebuilding. Very old, very dead oak. Window must lead into the other locked room on this floor. Well. Probably why we have this grappling. Well, I'm sure it'd be highly amusing to go across the gap and slam heavily into the tree trunk. It would not be a great help. Doesn't look like it could support my weight. Aha. Okay. I know what to do. This is why we have the saw. Was Valentine's Day a thing back in 1806? St. Valentine himself was his thing. I don't know if his feast day was romantic yet. I think Valentine's has been a thing for a very long time. Yeah, I'm gonna need some help. Philip, buddy. Catch you later, I guess. I guess since we're down here, we could go ahead and pickaxe the wall open. Knock, knock. Well. Are these manacles? What the hell was this room used for? Sweet, a pit. An incredibly normal dungeon. Whoa. Hey, Philip. Would you like to discuss the dungeon I just found? See you later. I'm lying, the lack of handrail is a distinct safety hazard. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna need either Jim or Simone to help me with the tree. It's an Inca 2S music. Put Philip in the chains and build the wall back up. Philip, I found this really cool treasure map. It's in the basement. Come with me. Yeah, it's back in that alcove. Ignore the pile of bricks and mortar here. You're gonna love it. It's great. Hey, you. Jim? Yes? What are you doing? I'm just looking for stuff on the house. Why? Don't know. Yes, you do, Jim. Why? Because I want to help. I'm not sure what I could do. Have you seen Philip and Simone? Mr. Hardy's in the dining hall shouting at everyone who comes in. Miss Taylor said she was investigating AJ. Oh, she's in the pool. Okay. You want to tag along with me? Sure. I promise not to get in the way. We're going to have a little adventure, buddy. We are going to have a close encounter. I mean, I assume you're still with me here. We're going to have a close encounter with Tree Law. Do I know there isn't a person on the island painting anymore? Oh, never noticed that. It's a two-man job to kill Philip. Use saw on Philip. Jim, give me a hand with this. Why do we cut the tree down, Mr. Trilby? I'm not exactly sure. Yes, I am. I know it makes me feel better. Remember that lumber can be a verb. Jim? You ever see a dead body? Are you going down there, Mr. Trilby? Coming? No, I think I'd rather sit this one out. I'll go do some more research in the library. Oh, whatever you want. Where did the tree go? Back behind the house. If only they used the tree to go over the wall. They did mention that the tree was too far from the wall to do that. Simone? Oh, Trilby. How's the ghost hunt going? Someone brought my car into the backyard. Yes, I noticed. It's your car, is it? Did you bring it in here? Trilby, I have no idea where it came from or how. I'm just glad to see a bit more color about the place. What are you doing? I'm investigating, like we all should be doing. So what do you conclude? I found his wallet. He had ID for almost every government agency I can think of. Everything from MI6 to CID. Really? I think he must have been sent to investigate the house. Some kind of secret mission. That's why he never told us anything about himself. It would make sense, certainly. And I'd say this constitutes a pretty spectacular failure of that mission. Any clues on who did this? It must have been a pretty big fellow, I think. Armed with a large slashing weapon like a machete. And I found a piece of leather. Leather? How are you feeling? Fine, thank you. You're not too shaken about aging? I don't have time to be shaken about aging. Whoever did this to him might still be around. Once we're safely out of harm's way, then I'll think about being shaken. See you later. Any mods about at the moment? Oh, actually, I wanted to take a look at the body. Poor mysterious AJ, we hardly knew ye. Now is not a good time to disturb the dead. Alright, y'all give me a second here. Yeah. I would have done that sooner, but I tried alt-tabbing out of this game earlier, and it was not pretty. So I have to shut the whole thing down and go back. I really need to teach Windows that it's okay for me to play games like this. Like, it's gonna be okay. Pretty good deal on penis pills. Not good. God damn it! Should have clicked it while I had the chance. Yep, just Windows things. All right, and we're back. Yes, the special edition has an author commentary you can play through with an apparently hilarious dialogue track from the creator. Yeah, I wasn't going to do the commentary track on the first time through for everybody, but it is highly recommended. Alright, so now we should be able to grolly over to the last locked room. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna finish fast enough for that tonight. I may go a bit long to finish this. Because this isn't a 2-night game. Pew! That's cute. I'm not you, Trilby, goddammit. Wikipedia says the association between St. Valentine and romance goes back to medieval times and their courtly love fixation. That's cool. Identical wardrobe to one in the other bedroom. An artist's easel with a blank canvas. How philosophical. It's a very old Victorian era stuffed bear. Single bed. Maybe this room has been left as a spare or something. Rather understated nightstand. Alright, wardrobe. Ain't nothing in there. I don't paint. And why the hell not? There's nothing in here but this old diary. Well, that's something, isn't it? Go ahead and open this door, I guess. There we go. Alright. Forgot how many books were in this. The Secret Diary of Matthew Defoe. June 28th, 1814. Today is my 8th birthday. Nanny said I would soon be a big, strong man like my father. I wanted to see him today, but he wouldn't come out of his study all day. Nanny says he always gets cross on this day, but it's not because of me. August 5th, 1817. I found a new friend. He is behind the door in the kitchen, and he doesn't have a name. He likes me to sit and talk to him, but Father gets very angry when he finds me doing this. I found a friend in the dungeon. I asked Father who the boy behind the door was, but he told me there was no boy behind the door, and it was just a silly fantasy. May 24th, 1820. I showed Father the painting I just finished. He said it was quite good, which is the best thing he has ever said. While he was in the good mood, I asked if I could go look behind the door in the kitchen. He pretended not to hear me. Dates are important on the last entries. June 28th, 1821. My father has done a terrible thing. All this time he pretended there was no boy behind the door, and now this. There is blood all over the kitchen floor. I will do what I can, then we can be a family together and be happy. That's where it ends, except for a little ink blot just underneath the text. Some of these dates are going to be relevant for the rest of the series, yes. I think I've read enough to have some idea what's going on here. If there is a ghost in this place, there must be some connection to the disappearance of Sir Roderick and Matthew Defoe. Is Matthew schizophrenic or something? Did Sir Roderick kill him and disappear to avoid the law? It's odd that neither of their bodies were ever found. It is, isn't it? If I could find Matthew's body, perhaps I can get to the bottom of this. Maybe there's a book or something in the library that can help me. I wonder where we're going next. I'm just gonna start grabbing things. Or maybe it's in the book I already grabbed, actually. Why not? I can certainly do with a laugh. Okay, I just took something. Matthew was 15 when he died, right? Died or disappeared. So, what did I just find? Book. There's a book on white magic. Find a person from their possession. Tie the possession in question on a stick and dip it in salt. Next, wave it over the place where the subject sleeps. When you hold it in front of you, the object should now indicate in which direction the owner lies. How old is Jim? 15. So let's see. Let's see. I think we use the core. Little macabre, perhaps, but never mind. All right. We have a corded bear now, as opposed to the more modern cordless bears. And now we have a bear on a stick. Don't mind me, Phil. Just gonna stick my bear on a stick in a bag of salt. Alright, now we have a salty bear on a stick. So we'll head back up to Matthew's room. Considering how this series develops is like the only coincidence. I'm sure Yahtzee's spoken on this before, but it definitely, this quadrilogy of games always seems to me like he made this one. And then it was popular and well regarded, and from there he decided to make the other one. Because I feel like this game works really well as a self-contained thing, but some of the connections in the later games are a bit tenuous. Now we have a salty bear on a stick, another phrase I wasn't expecting to hear. He does speak on that in the commentary? Okay. I guess that'll do. Usually how elegies go, yeah. Alright, so it seems to be indicating downward. So now if we look at the bear, it will give us an indication of where to go. Alright, from here. Seems to be indicating to my left. Probably not in here. I refuse to believe 7 Days of Skeptic wasn't planned. Either it's not working properly or it's pointing straight downwards. All right. Wait, is it here or is it through here? Because this is below, right? Let me have a look. Okay, it's indicating to the southeast. Still indicating to the southeast. Indicating to the west. Roses are red, violets are blue goes back to at least 1784. This is really interesting. Pointing straight down. Area. Matthew Defoe, I presume. Did Sir Roderick keep him down here? No, he can't have done. There'd have been mention of it in one of the books I read. So... hold on, I don't think that's Matthew's hand. There's another corpse down here. It looks like the body of a much older man. You know, I have a feeling this is Sir Roderick. Judging by the ribs, he was killed by a large stabbing weapon. By whom? What was that? Sounds like it came from the other side of the house. Reaches into next endgame difficulty spike. Poor old Sir Roderick Defoe probably never stood a chance. Poor young Matthew Defoe cut down cruelly in his prime by something. Not disturb the sleep of the dead. Lost death spells and the ability to level you down. That sounds rough. Okay, other side of the house. What's going on? You hear that, you fuck? Man, you are just useless now. Dude has shut down. Uh-oh. The idol. The bell jar has been knocked over and smashed. Looks like the idol is undamaged. I'll give it. This really is a horrendously ugly little wooden idol. Hang on, what are these little stains? Day 4. Father, why? God, my head. What the hell happened last night? I remember... God, Philip. Did I kill Philip? I don't remember anything. Last thing I remember is putting my hand on... that idol. I've got to warn the others. They took all my shit. And they cleaned up my teddy bear. Locked. God knows where they found the key. Stuck shut. Do with it. Is anybody out there? Answer me. Hello? Is anyone out there? Quiet. Simone? Is that you? Yes, I'm keeping guard. Why? Shut up! You killed Philip! Don't even try to deny it. I did? Don't play games with me. I'm keeping guard here until the police get into the grounds. Then I'm handing you over. Simone? What do you want now? What makes you think I killed Philip anyway? Oh, well, let me see. First, Jim and I are attacked by by some huge guy in a welding mask and apron with a machete, but manage to get away. Then we come into the kitchen and find a huge guy in a welding mask and apron unconscious next to Philip's corpse. And we took the mask off. Lo and behold, it's you. Look, you've got it all wrong. Oh, really? Well, let's hear your version. I was possessed by the ghost. Oh, now that impresses me. Did you think of that all by yourself? It's the truth, I swear. Shut up. Just shut up. It possessed me just like it did when I killed AJ. Just go and have a look in the basement. There's 2 corpses down there, Sir Roderick and Matthew Defoe. And take a look through those books I was carrying. There's a ghost here, I swear. Shelby, I'm not going to let you drag me into your lunatic fantasy. Keep your mouth shut. Simone, you on now? Where's Jim? Why do you want to know? So you can track him down and kill him? He could be in terrible danger. I know. Until the police have you handcuffed, we all are. Making a terrible mistake. Oh, am I? Why is that? Have you ever watched a horror movie? The real killer's still on the loose. Oh, sure. I suppose they knocked you out. Dressed you in their clothes. Put the machete in your hand. And cleverly hid while we discovered you. Something like that. Please. I love it she's so determined to refuse that there's a ghost possessing people. What have you done with my tie? It was Jim's idea. We took it off you so you wouldn't hang yourself. Why wouldn't you want me to hang myself if I'm such a cold-blooded killer? Jim still seems to think you might somehow be innocent. That boy really admired you, you know. I'm filled with shame. Sure. This is gonna go through the same. Yeah, it is. Beat this door open with despair. AJ was scared and ran for you the first sight of you. I want to say the killer was loose before you, and you just replaced the host. Say Philip was the host of the ghost before you. Is there... Oh, this is a different dialogue tree. What's up, Arcane? How you doing? Still think you can get rid of the voice with your help. My help? If you'll just let me out of here, you can help me exercise it. There's probably some stuff in the library about. No way. You really think I'm stupid? There's no ghost. It's just you. You and your insanity. The sooner the police get here, the better. What I can do with this? Delirious with guilt most of the time. I see the face of every poor innocent I've killed every time I close my eyes. Most evenings I cry so hard I vomit several times. Sometimes I just want a nightmare to end. Death came right now, I'd welcome it. God, Simone, let me have my tie back. Tie, please? Hell with it. Have it, you psycho. There we go. There we go. Give me my tie. Going to sleep early. Tomorrow's a big day. Good night. Good night, Two Hit, and good luck with your big day. Slip on. My emergency lockpick. This demonstrates the importance of forethought. There we go. Unlocked. All right. I'm sure Simone will be very happy to see us. Wait, where's Simone got to now? Ah, shit. I clicked through that too fast. Well, there's Philip. I would really rather not touch him. Philip, someone is running through the machete. The worst part of it is that someone was probably me. Yep, I disturbed her with my suicide implications, so she gave you the tie and left. Can you do anything better? What are you doing, buddy? Hey, nice painting. Portrait of a skeleton in a blood-stained safari suit. The plaque reads Sir Roderick Defoe. I guess let's go check in on the idol. We can also check in on the news, yes. Defoe Manor, the luxurious country home for a respectable aristocratic family. Or the eerie home of a dark, ineffable secret. Why have so many people disappeared around the manor? What did happen to Sir Roderick Defoe and his teenage son? Is there really some kind of ghostly horror lurking in the basement? All this and more on The Haunting of Defoe Manor. Tonight at 9, only on BBC Two. Now sports. Looks like someone's been doing a little tidying up. Haha! No. Maybe let's not pick up the murder idol again, you fucking moron. Find a way to get that idol into the fire. Is there actually a way to die in this? I think so. Person in the painting now? Yeah. I was Willem Dafoe always play villains. If you play a good guy, you'd be Willem Dafoe. I don't know if this is RPG Maker music or it. I'm pretty sure it's an original composition. I don't think Yahtzee used stock anything. Also, this is an adventure game creator. Oh, it is? I wouldn't have suspected that. No one in here either. The hell is everyone? be. Simone, before you say anything, I know you didn't really kill Philip or AJ. You do? I figured you were lying to get me away from the shed. Saw him again. Ooh. The killer. The guy in the welding mask. I spotted him downstairs, but he didn't see me. And I can't find Jim anywhere. You have to listen to me. The ghost. Shut up about your ghost. This isn't a ghost. It's a regular flesh and blood psycho. Speak of the devil. Eee! Do something! Yoink! Oh my god, Jim! Day 5. How is he? He's awake. He's fine. Doesn't remember anything, just like I didn't. Look, I only sort of half believe this possession thing right now. But in the absence of a better suggestion, I guess I'm going along with it. I've been going over those books I was carrying? Yeah, and some texts on the occult. Apparently, if we want to destroy this thing, we have to get the spirit back to its old body. That'll make it quasi-mortal. It'll still be dangerous, but not unkillable. We have to find the body first. And to do that, we have to know who the ghost is. I've been thinking about this, and I have a fairly workable theory. Yes, I have a couple ideas about it myself. Yeah, sure you do. Right, well, the ghost is something to do with the disappearance of Roderick and Matthew Defoe, right? Deaths and disappearances all started after that. Agreed. So what do you think? I think Sir Roderick had more than one son. Yes, because of what I read in Sir Roderick's diary. Exactly. He makes references to some monster he helped create, and he doesn't mean Matthew. And Matthew talks about another boy in the house, a boy behind the kitchen door. Those manacles indicate that someone was kept imprisoned in the basement. Where do you think the other son came from? I want to hear what you think first. Satan Defoe. I don't actually remember this one. Maybe twins? I agree with that. I found Belinda's death certificate. She died about 20 minutes after Matthew was already out. Well, there you go. I think it was the second son that did her in. So Roderick went practically insane with grief. Blamed the poor kid for her death, kept him locked up in the basement, refused to even acknowledge his existence. Imagine what that must have been like for the boy. Growing up in a filthy grotto like some kind of animal, given no education, no love. Boy, would be completely, well, yeah. He probably couldn't tell the difference between one person and another. That's why he kills absolutely everyone who enters the house. He thinks they're all Sir Roderick, come to torment him some more. What happened on that day 15 years later when Sir Roderick and Matthew disappeared? 15 years later, yeah. We found the corpses in the basement, so they were obviously murdered. Question is how and why. Well, the diary said Sir Roderick was going to go kill him, right? Yes. Remember in Sir Roderick's diary in the last entry? He talks about destroying the monster. So you're talking about the second kid. He must have gotten really drunk, and being the anniversary of Belinda's death didn't help. He went down to the basement and beat the poor kid to death. Half to death. Matthew found the body afterwards and tried to bandage him up. Matthew wasn't the sharpest tool in the box. His brother lived on for a bit longer. Long enough to get a mask and machete, kill both his father and Matthew. Then he must have just died of his wound. Jesus. And we're going to try destroying his ghost. None of anything that happened to him is his own fault. What little mind he had is no more. All he has now is hate. If we don't kill him, he'll kill us all. There's no reasoning with him. I suppose you're right. It's very sad, really. What will you do now? I'm going to find his body. And I'm going to figure out how to bring his soul back to him and destroy it. Well, let me know if I can be of any help. I will. Good luck. Thanks. Yep, you just wander off in the murder house. That's a great idea. Just take a stroll about the grounds, please. Look at Jason Voorhees can be reformed. This guy can. What's up, buddy? Mr. Trilby? Yes, Jim? Can I ask you a favor? Sure. I still have the mask and apron and the knife from last night. Could you take them and throw them away for me? I really don't like having them around. Sure. Give me the murder weapon. Thank you. Jim? Yes? How are you feeling? My head still hurts a bit, and I feel a bit woozy. Apart from that, I'm fine. Hey, a stick of thread and personal effect. What happened last night exactly? Well, me and Miss Taylor were in the living room. And this big man entered in a mask and tried to kill us with a big knife. We were able to get away, but then we heard Mr. Hartley screaming. Hardy. Taylor told me to wait here. A bit later, she came back and told me there was you in the mask. I didn't really believe that. We went off to keep guard or something. Then I went into the trophy room and found this wooden doll thing on the floor. Next thing I remember, I was in the bathroom and my head really hurt. Did I really try to kill you? No. But something did. Through you. I don't like this place anymore, Mr. Trilby. And me both. I don't like this place anymore. I guess you were enjoying this at some point. All right, so we have ordinary old-fashioned welding mask spotted with blood. Leather apron. Teddy is absolutely coated in crimson. For the kids that was like boarding school minus the bullying, I suppose that's true. You bury the mask and machete and shit. I mean, we could, but it wouldn't do anything. It's not gonna appease the ghost. The ghost still fucking hates the shit out of us. Thank you. You. How are you feeling? Feel a lot better once we get out of this madhouse. What am I supposed to be doing again? Find the ghost's original body, then find a way to bring its soul back to it, then destroy the body and the soul together. Where could the body be? I don't know. You seem to find the bodies in the basement all right. Maybe you should use the same keen body hunting abilities you used then. I bring his soul back. There's bound to be a few texts on the subject in the library. If I destroy him, I mean, if I bring him back, he'll be undead. It requires a special method. I have no idea. Maybe the summoning books in the library will offer a little. Okay. Well, I guess first things first, we need to go get some more books. Find the bones and take a big dump on them. He's angry anyway. I don't know. 100% constant bullying versus 75% staying in bed. 25% slasher villain ghost time. I can see why I wouldn't mind it at first. Okay, seriously, my stick and string. Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much. Yeah, this was I I had been streaming in a white void for so long, and then finally just got my shit together and put up all my old posters and stuff. And then for Christmas, put up the Christmas lights, and I liked them so much I just never took them down. I really like this light, this room lit by Christmas lights. I want to get more. And the LED ones where you can adjust the color to whatever you want. I think that would be perfect. It's just I'm so lazy I haven't picked any up yet. Let's see. Must be something about summoning angry spirits in here. Christmas lights are indeed blessed. All right. So the white magic book does the same thing it did before. This is the black magic book, I assume. Arts of black magic and necromancy. Summoning angry spirits to their bodies. Extremely topical. Murderous wraiths are nigh indestructible when they can hop from body to body, but tying them down to their old bodies returns them to partial mortality, a state in which they can be destroyed. Simply enough, place the spirit's original body in a place of fire and death. Return it its old clothes, then read aloud the following passage, omitting nothing. There's just a load of magic gobbledygook here. When I want to read it out, I should use this book on myself. Warning. Summoning of a wraith will often bring forth other unquiet spirits who will haunt those who hold their possession. Dun, dun, dun. So, I wonder, you know what? What we could do. Oh, since it's day 5? Since it's day 5, I could probably check the TV one more time. Absolutely adore it. Have Christmas lights too. Some posters also of your setup is super cozy looking. Thank you. Yeah. I like it quite a bit, especially on chilly nights like this. We can now go to Peter Daltrey reporting from the gates of Defoe Manor. Over the last couple of hours, a large number of police cars have gathered around the mansion grounds. I'm not exactly sure what the official position is. I have heard reference to a hiker hearing suspicious noises coming from the mansion over the last couple of nights. What's happening there now, Peter? Well, since I arrived here, there have been 3 attempts to break down the front doors, all unsuccessful. I understand the authorities are still waiting to hear word from Michael Chesham's office about getting hold of the key. Defoe Manor is, of course, reported to be the last known location of missing newsreader Simone Taylor. Afraid. Reminds you of Home Alone on the SNES? Ooh, we're gonna play that at some point. I totally forgot there was a Home Alone game on the SNES. Oh, I see something. Scissors. Okay, I have scissors now. Can I, hang on. Could I use the scissors on the apron? Cut a thin strip off the apron. Cool, okay. Use the strip on the machete. And then... Is that going to be enough? Is that going to be sufficient? I played the Sega Genesis Home Alone. Game actually wasn't bad. We've heard none of these attempts to open the doors. Weird, isn't it? Phil. Oh, wait. Painting is empty now. Blank canvas. Done. The world record for the SNES Home Alone. What about... Wait. What if the machete is the stick? There we go. So the mask is going to be dipped in salt. Okay. And then his place of rest would be these fucking manacles. I guess this must be where he slept. He was chained to the wall, chained to these all the time. All right, so what's up, house? How you doing? Okay. Seems to be indicating upwards. Okay. It seems to be indicating upwards. Okay, so unloved child's body is on the second floor. Yeah, really weird place for this to be. No, waggy, salty, bloody stick everywhere. All right. Okay. Be indicating to my right. Right. So bathroom. Indicating to the south. Pointing straight down. Tiles. I can't get them out with my bare hands. Oh, what do you got? You got to work. Can you prime out with scissors? That doesn't work. You hear whispers? Yeah. There's been a lot of that. My lockpick's not gonna help. Where the evil twin detector was pointing. Okay, I need something. I need something to pry the tiles up with. Not sure if AGS had this hot cold functionality built in or it's custom. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting, isn't it? Sure wish I still had my pickaxe. There's anything else in the car. I don't think a tool would have just, yeah, materialized in the tool shed. Is there a hook in the pool? Ah, maybe that's it. Also don't know. It's not like Yahtzee isn't able to do impressive shit with AGS considering Art of Stealth. The hook doesn't have an interaction point, unfortunately. Soul 13 was also impressive with the dash mechanic. Soul 13 was a really impressive game on a lot of levels, I thought. I really liked that one. I think you're walking away from it. What are you thinking, Manic? There's a metal thing in the backyard where all the holes are. Are you thinking the panel that drained the water from the pool? Or was it something in addition to that? Because that's a panel. Yeah, that's the panel that drained the pool. We can give hints. Yes, I played this game before. Can you undo the machete? Oh my god, you fucking... Oh my god, you undo it. Using the scissors. That was it. Yeah, if it's something like this that I've played before, I definitely don't mind people saving me some time. Okay, now shopping TikTok. Useful advice only. Gonna lever up the floor with the machete. Pay dirt. Whoa, these bones are pretty oddly shaped. Kid must have been born deformed. Yeesh. Huh. Final resting place of Roderick Defoe's murderous younger son. After killing his father and brother, he must have been able to stagger all the way up here before dying from his wounds. And then they just fucking tiled over him? What? You're coming with me. Go ahead and save. All right, so let's review our black magic. Simply enough, place the spirit's original body in a place of fire and death. Return its old clothes and read aloud the following passage, which means use the book on myself. Simple enough. There is only one room of fire and death in this house. I'm sure you know what we're talking about. The builders in England are really lazy. I think I remember how the ending was. I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can just... Okay. Alrighty. Terrible looking fucking remains. Alright. I guess this would count as a room of fire and death. Alright. There's some nice bones. Nice. Somehow I don't think I've improved his looks. Alright. And I guess we use the book on ourselves. Here goes nothing. This hall of death, and by the light of Prometheus' gift, I call thee. Wait. I bring thee gifts that may tempt thee back. I bring thee thy helm that thou would be masked. I bring thee thy armor that thou would be clothed. I bring thee thy sword that thou would be armed. Whoop, I did it. Maybe I could have planned this better. Love that. All right, let's do it the right way. Simone? Do... Personal favorite song is the main theme. Yes, clearly I'm dehydrated. Let's see. Canned ending, you die, everyone dies, flowing skeleton murders police at the door. That'd be so fun. I may need... Sorry, Simone. I can't give you the corpse. I may need it. Am I? Feeling. Oh, is it you set it up and then you go talk to them? Okay. Don't mind me just walking around with a bunch of moldy bones. It's usually how it goes with me. My head's in the right spot. I just miss out on some of the details, right? Shit. There we go. All right, sit tight. I'll be right back. Don't get up without me. That's always one of the tricky parts about point-and-click adventures is sometimes you have the right idea, but you just don't know specifically how the developers want you to do it. Did you meet me in the trophy room? Do you have a plan? Yes, I've got a plan. Okay, then. Again, another reason why I have... It won't answer me. Another reason why I have no problem using walkthroughs for games like this, rather than just wandering around rubbing everything on everything else. I do enough of that in my daily life. What's up, Necro Keys? So cool to see someone playing 5 Days of Strangers. Game is so good. It is, yes. I love this game. I have very fond memories of this. And the rest of the series. Could you go down to the trophy room? Why? We're gonna kill a ghost. Okay. Meet me in the corpse-filled room with a lit fireplace and a gun. Meet me in the gun room. I'm summoning an angry murder ghost. Is that painting changing? Because there was definitely like a silhouetted figure there when I was in here earlier. I guess we can peek at it. Matthew Defoe painted it. Get 5 murder ghosts at this bad boy. Chance of changing upon entering the room. Alright. Alright. Y'all ready? Tim? How are you feeling? See you later. I actually really like those sort of subtle AF scares. I do too. I do too. Oh, there's a hidden TV broadcast. We already checked it on all the days. Like how Roderick portrait change each day. Matthew's painting change every few entries. All right. Nat. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Nat. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Ta-da! Jesus Christ! What now? Trophy, what now? Okay, I think I remember. I think I remember what to do. I'm letting you get all the deaths. Can you handle this for me? Hold on this for me, Simone. Part of the plan? You just get a kick out of seeing women with big guns. Oh, come on. Seriously. That's it. Shoot Jim. Alright, I can give Jim the teddy. Hold on to this. Whatever you say. Dr. Dragonsmoke, thank you for the follow. Alright. Do it. Let's see if we've got it right this time, or if this is the prescription for another hilarious death. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wait. There we go. What happens now? To-do! Jesus Christ! What now? Shelby, what? You! I knew you were evil from the moment you came into the world, demon child. May God forgive me for having a part in your creation. Why did you kill me, brother? I helped you when you were injured. I bandaged you when our father made his mistake. No mistake, young one. Now do you see why I tried to keep you away from this creature? He has no understanding of human ways. You're wrong, father. If you'd have given him a chance to be normal. Cease your prattling, Matthew. It's time to put an end to the horror I unleashed. What are you doing, Father? Father, no! Father! Father! Nice shot. I think now would be a good time to take our leave. As the rave begins. Miss Taylor, over here! What the hell's been going on in there? We've been trying to get in there for hours, and suddenly the place catches fire, the doors burst open, and you two... Us two? Where's Trilby? I thought he was right behind us. Darude Sandstorm kicks in. You're saying there's someone else in there? Trilby! Trilby! Wait a second. Trilby the cat burglar? Yes. There's someone in there. He could be in trouble. Maybe the ghost got him. Ghost? I think we better get you two down to the station. But Trilby! Fire brigade will find him if he's there. In the meantime, if you'd like to step this way. Death, of course, comes to us all. It came to Sir Roderick Defoe and his youngest son in the shape of each other. Was destroying the ghost the right thing to do? He was acting like any other dumb animal. Oh well. I guess he and his family will have plenty of time to discuss it, wherever they are. As for me, well, I have no complaints. I've lived a life many would consider out of the ordinary. And I have only one regret. Leaving Simone and Jim to explain it all to the police. That was hardly gentlemanly conduct for a gentleman thief. But I'm sure they'd understand that rushing out into a field full of police officers wouldn't have been a good idea. It's going to be a long walk home. I have some important matters to attend to. To track down my fence, for one thing. I have to punch him very hard in the face. Hey! And that was all 5 days of being a stranger. Music taken from RPG Maker 2000. Y'all called it. You were correct. Thank you. Thank you. I really like this game. I like this game a whole bunch. I mean, the thing about it is this game is, it's over a decade old. It came out quite a long time ago. During the period before Steam really helped revitalize point-and-click adventures, and, you know, Adventure Game Studio certainly helped the indie scene thrive, which I'm sure contributed to them coming roaring back in the years that followed. But it was also a period where it was kind of hard to track down stuff that was really worth your time and not just something that was bashed together in a couple days with a bunch of memes or whatever. And yeah, in that time, it felt really impactful. It felt like it accomplished so much with tone and its story, despite having such a small scope to it. So yeah, I've always been very, very impressed with this game. And I will say, I'm impressed with how Yahtzee tried to spin it into a quadrilogy. There are certainly elements of it that I think are really well done, and parts of the games, some of the games are really, really well done in and of themselves. Other parts less so. Got some deets about the attempted Half-Life 2 mod that would have remade this game into first-person 3D. Really? That's interesting. Stranger part of the logo just made me realize they use the same font as the Stranger Things logo. Did they even have memes? There have always been memes. It's only in recent years that we call them such. Is this the one with the sequel in space? Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. There's a troll parody of the 7 Days game because someone didn't like it. So, there are 3 more games in this series. The sequel to this one is called, was it 7 Days a Skeptic? I think. It's set in the future. It's set in space. It is contentious. It has its ups and downs, certainly. The 3rd game in the series is called Trilby's Notes. It's a bit different in style. It's a text parser game. I love that one. I would certainly put it on par with this game. It might be my favorite in the series. I don't know. I would have to replay it. Since it's been so long since I last played it, and there's a bunch of stuff I forgot about it. And then there's a final game that wraps up the whole storyline and kind of explains everything. I think that one's called 6 Days of Sacrifice. I think. Yes, chronologically, 7 Days is the last game in the series. So the chronology of it is weird. Not confusing, but weird. Explains everything but leaves so many questions. I feel like it explains all the things that it needs to. The thing is that the team wanted to have a scene at the end where you had to escape from the burning building. Eventually, you would have gotten blocked by falling flaming timber from the ceiling. Look behind you, a spoiler character. Oh, weird. Trilby appears in the Consuming Shadow? That's interesting. I definitely need to play the Consuming Shadow sometime. But yeah. Yeah, this was during a period when I was finding indie creators and just consuming like everything they had made. I played 5 Days a Stranger and the whole Chizo mythos and everything else that Yahtzee had made at the time. 12-13 and Art of Theft. At the same time, I'd found stuff like Within a Deep Forest and Knit, and I was playing all those games. Consuming Shadow does look weird, but I like the concept. Text adventure game that takes place in the Chizo Mythos. I think it was a teaser game. That I'm unfamiliar with. Does Poacher come into the Trilby canon? But Trilby's growling Smash games. So yes, this has been 5 Days of Stranger. I can tell folks really have enjoyed this, so I will see about working the rest of the games in the series into our schedule because they are a trip. They are a trip. The sequel to this is really interesting for a lot of reasons. Trilby's Notes is really, really good. And then the final game, I mean, you can't just play 3 games out of a 4-game series. You got to cap it off then. Do we have time for the interview? I'm going to leave that to people to experience on their own if they want. Also, the author commentary. I mean, this game is free. You can find it very easily online and grab it for yourself. And it would absolutely be worth playing through with the author commentary or to check out the interview or something. I mean, there's a link to it right there. Yeah. But I am simply here to introduce you to the world of Trilby and guide you through this epic story. Tomorrow night is Power Hours, yes. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about, actually. So yeah. Let me punch out of this. We have things to discuss, friendos, before I let y'all go. We are done voting, and we are done nominating. So let me have a look what we've accomplished here. You also made an FAQ for it, too. Impressive Fully Emblematic is still up. I can tell you, as somebody who runs a website, I would feel really weird letting my own website lapse. Like it feels like a presence of mine on the internet. It surprised me to see that Niflis's website is down, and he just has temporary pages that link to all his free games and stuff. Be shocked at how many dead websites are still around. Oh, I know, Sigma Fan. It's shocking to me. I don't understand it. Especially if you create a lot of content and a lot of interesting stuff, like Yahtzee and Niflis have. It just seems weird to me that you would ever let it fade away like that. Look, oh no, chat, what have you done? And shocked the fucking Lycos and Earthlink are still around? Oh my god. Do the Christmas lights eat up much power? No. Not compared to the other stuff we have going on. I like the tiny Niflis game, George the Fly. Niflis just has a really cool style that I hope we can talk about it, because I want to do the Nick games too, and we'll definitely talk about it when we get to those. He has a very specific style to his game. His games that I really, really. And from the game show fandom, there's so many old trading pages that are still up. All right, so a fairly close vote, in fact, but it looks like on Friday night we are going to be checking out adventure game demos, which fits in really well with what we've done this week. After finishing Observation and 5 Days a Stranger tonight, let's go see what kinds of new adventure games are going to be coming out. So that's the plan for Friday night. I'm going to dig into the Next Fest demos tomorrow and go ahead and build a list of adventure games, mainly point-and-click ones, but I'll look at some other ones as well that we will check out on Friday. As you did TCP right at the end. We just finished 5 Days a Stranger. I closed my votes. I'm talking about the schedule now. It ran a fairly sizable game show page for many years. That's cool, Sigma Fan. Really neat. Was it for a specific game show or like a bunch of them? So I play that one game where the guy fights evil by doing all that stuff. Gabriel Knight. Yeah, we will check out adventure demos on Friday. Tomorrow night, we'll be doing the Power Hours. If you're not familiar with our Power Hours feature, I have old issues of Nintendo Power. I have access to digital copies of them. We open them up, we go through Nintendo Power together, and I let y'all request old NES, Game Boy, and eventually Super Nintendo games for us to play right there on stream. So it's a wonderful trip down memory lane and the early days of quality console gaming. We find a lot of cool games that I never got to experience as a kid because my parents wouldn't buy me every game in existence. And also I get to share some games that were like formative experiences for me. So NES games live on stream. Saw you on, I thought I'd say hi because last time I was here we were talking about Live Alive, and they just announced that they did TCP, and I will be playing the remake of that. Live Alive is something that's been on my radar for a while, and now that there's a remake coming out that looks so incredibly good, I'm definitely gonna play it. By hearing them say the name after talking about no one actually knowing how to pronounce it, I can't thank them enough for doing that because now I can actually pronounce that game. Live Alive, the enemy of Kill. All right, so Power Hours tomorrow night, Next Fest adventure game demos on Friday, Power Hours again on Saturday, and then if you still have the energy to come back on Monday, that's the night I'm going to start playing Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, something I've been wanting to do for months. Honestly, I've been wanting to do that since they revived the Elite Force games on GOG, but man, I can't wait to do that. That's gonna be a oh yeah, that is the plan. Yes, Elite Force, Elite Force, Elite Force. It's gonna be great. All right. Anyway, before I get too wound up tonight, let me go find somebody for us to raid. Let's see. What's going on here? Can't do that. I'm gonna send you over to Blue Zest. Blue Zest has been trying valiantly to raid us for like a week, and it never happens. So let's go throw them a surprise raid. They're playing Oxygen Not Included, and they're actually good at it. So I greatly admire Blue Zest and their actual talent for playing really crunchy management sims. And Oxygen Not Included is definitely a good one. I wish I was good at that game, but I'm not. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for this classic point and click adventure. It's always interesting to see how many people come out for these games, especially one that I feel like is kind of obscure. Like this one, it's really nice to see there are so many people that are also big fans of it and really appreciate what it managed to accomplish. So, and we will definitely do the other 3 games in the series at some point. I'm not sure when, but sometime. Nuiki, you have nothing to apologize for. I really appreciate the help, honestly. It helped propel things along smoothly, and we finished like right on time. It was great. So, anyway, gang, hopefully I will see you tomorrow night for the Power Hour. Until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.